So both John Ossoff and Reverend Raphael Warnock won their Senate runoff races in Georgia. Democrats, now it's a 50-50 split, tie going to the vice president. Vice president being, Kamala Harris after January 20th. But look what they had to do in order to win. Georgia Dems relied heavily on massive corporate war chests to cinch historic election. And as a result, I don't think we're going to be seeing any type of real substantive change being advocated for by either Warnock or Ossoff. Could be proved wrong, but I think that's probably going to be the case. In order to beat GOP incumbents David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler in the Senate Georgia elections, Democrats had to spend big, raising hundreds of millions of dollars in the process. But I don't necessarily like how Alan McLeod phrased that, because we see how successful Bernie Sanders was in raising, millions of small dollar donations from people from the working class of the United States without having to rely on these huge, massive corporations, because he actually advocated for populist positions like Medicare for All, canceling student loan debt, a Green New Deal, neither of which either Ossoff or Warnock support. So if you actually campaign to give people what they want, that'll improve the material conditions of your life. You don't have to go and be bought and paid for by the corporations like Warnock and Ossoff are through this campaign funding. 2 Georgia Senate elections, and again, we just need to get money out of politics, public financing of all elections, and then you won't have huge, massive amounts of money wasted on them. It's disgusting. We can't give people health care, but amounting to $830 million spent on the Senate election in Georgia. I mean, for God's sakes, that is disgusting. $468 million for the race between Democrat Joey, it should be John Ossoff. John Ossoff, right? And David Perdue, and more than $360 million for the special election between Reverend Warnock and Republican Loeffler. Democrats' massive war chest came in no small part from the hefty contributions from corporate America. According to data for tech companies rallied around the Democratic challenger, applying the 2 campaigns with millions of dollars. Alphabet Inc., Google's parent company, was the largest single source of funds. Their PAC shareholders, employees donating almost $1 million to Ossoff's campaign alone, with the other big tech companies cracking its top 10. All with hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of donations from the likes of Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, and AT&T. The rest of the top 10 were made up by universities. And then so here's that breakdown he was alluding to. David Perdue, Delta Airlines, Home Depot, Goldman Sachs, Centene Corp, Bank of America, Vodafone PAC, CVS Health. So also obviously bought and paid for by these corporate capitalist interests. Same with Ossoff, Alphabet Inc., Google's parent company, University of California, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, universities, AT&T, U.S. government. What? How does that work? Kaiser, so health insurance companies. And no wonder he's not going to fight for Medicare for All. He's got 137 grand from Kaiser. Walt Disney, IBM, University of Washington. How can universities give to politicians? How does that work exactly? Interesting. Anyways. Democrats decisively outraised their opponents, giving them a critical edge. It doesn't look like it was donations from the people, but by their corporate overlords. I mean, both contests have confirmed what political scientist Thomas Ferguson called the golden rule. Basically, whatever candidate party spends the spends the most or raises the most amount of money is the candidate that wins. And we saw this happening here, which, again, why we need to get money out of politics. It's disgusting. Economic elites and organized groups representing business interests have substantial independent impacts on U.S. government policy, while average citizens and mass-based internet groups have little or no independent influence. Yes, it's completely true. It's sad, but it's completely true. Since 2000, the candidate spending the most money has won between 70% and 98% of the races in the House or Senate. And imagine if we got public financing of all elections. Everybody was given, let's call it a democracy voucher, where you're able to spend, I don't know, $100, $200 donating to the candidate of your choice. And that was how all elections were funded. Then you wouldn't have politicians being beholden to Microsoft or Facebook or Google or the health insurance companies or Wall Street. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I think this is the crucial point, and I definitely co-sign on it. Yet, while corporations continue to have such an outsized role in funding both major political parties, it is unclear whether substantive change is even possible. The debate over whether this represents a victory for racial justice can be had, but what seems unmistakable is that real winners in this election were corporate America, who could not lose whoever won. Yes, precisely, just like whoever won the presidency. Wall Street, capitalist class, they were going to win no matter what, and this was the same with this Georgia election. And, frankly, we'll see if the Democrats even follow through with their, idea or their campaigning around the $2,000 stimulus checks. We'll see if they backpedal off that. Both Ossoff and Warnock campaigned pretty heavily on that, and probably was, one of the big reasons that people voted for them, because Loeffler and Perdue weren't. And Joe Biden even came out in support of it, said if they take back the Senate, that everybody will get their $2,000 stimulus check. So we'll see. If you like the video, like the damn video, subscribe for more content. Peace. Much love.